Now, we have a race to the bottom in the Republican side, so they're trying to outright wing each other. So this is going to get ugly. It has gotten ugly. And now on the issue of abortion, it's going to go to places previously unimagined. So you've imagined some of this, and then others are fresh new ground. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so I want to let Chuck Todd ask the questions here, and then listen carefully to Dr. Ben Carson's answers on the issue of abortion.
What if somebody has an unwanted pregnancy? Should they have the right to terminate it?
No. Think about this. During slavery, and I know that's one of those words you're not supposed to say, but I'm saying it. During slavery, a lot of the slave owners thought that they had the right to do whatever they wanted to that slave. Anything that they chose to do. And, what if the abolitionist had said, I don't believe in slavery. I think it's wrong. But you guys do whatever you want to do. Where would we be?
Definitively, do you want to see Roe v. Wade overturned?
Ultimately, I would love to see it overturned.
And that means all abortions illegal, or is there an exception that you would have?
I'm a reasonable person, and if people can come up with a reasonable explanation of why they would like to kill a baby, I'll listen.
Life and health of the mother?
Again, that's an extraordinarily rare situation. But if in that very rare situation it occurred, I believe there's room to discuss that.
Rape and incest?
Rape and incest, I would not be in favor of killing a baby because the baby came about in that way. And all you have to do is go and look up the many stories of people who have led very useful lives who were the result of rape or incest.
Okay, so this is where we are. So obviously against abortion would overturn Roe versus Wade. We know that. Has compared abortion to slavery many times in the past. So at this point, as outrageous a statement as that is, we're not that surprised. In fact, he compared Obamacare to slavery. So this is soft pedaling it from Ben Carson. Okay. Rape and incest. Well, if you got raped, hey man, I'm not going to hold that against the clump of cells in your body, and I'm going to let that grow and grow. Oh yeah, you have to carry the rapist child for 9 months, of course. And then afterwards, am I going to help you? No, I'm going to strip away as much government assistance to you as possible. In fact, if you can't take care of that kid, I'm going to start calling you a bum and call you a welfare queen, call you all these names, and tell you to grab some bootstraps and good luck with that rapist child that I made you carry. So am I getting between you and your doctor? Of course I am. Am I in favor of big government? I'm in favor of giant government. I'm going to get inside your uterus and tell you exactly what to do, okay? So you get raped, sad day for you, okay? You're having that rapist child. You don't have a choice. It's a family member that raped you. It's incest. Who cares? You're having your dad's kid, your uncle's kid, whoever it is. I don't care. All I care is about my own ideology. I'm going to make you carry that to term for 9 months and then take care of it for the rest of your life. Oh, maybe it looks like you're a rapist. The baby does. It's not my problem, man. The minute it's born, I don't care at all. In fact, I'm going to try to do everything I can to make sure I do not provide for that baby. I'm going to say that's all your problem, okay? I'm here to be big government and impose these laws upon you and your body and your whole life and then say, hey, that's your issue, not my issue. But that's not the worst of it. If you heard there in the middle, they said, how about the life of the mother? He said, well, I'm a reasonable person. I'd like to have a reasonable explanation of why they would like to kill a baby. It sounds like you're very, very reasonable. Okay. And then he went on to say that in the case of the life of the mother, there's room to discuss that. Oh, are you not merciful? So if you're a woman out there and you get pregnant, whether it's a rapist or not, you just got pregnant, right? But the doctor tells you, we think this will cost you your life. Ben Carson says, well, we're going to sit down and maybe discuss that. I mean, I have the ultimate power. I'm the government. And I could decide, because I'm a very reasonable person, that I don't give a damn about your life. I'm willing to let you die as long as we can try to save an embryo, a fetus, whatever it is. I don't care. I value that life as much more important than your life. I mean, I'm willing to discuss whether you'll be allowed to remain alive, but there's a good chance you won't. You have to give me a good reason to end that pregnancy. Otherwise, I end your life. There are women out there who are going to vote for this guy. Are you one of them? You're going to elect this guy who says, I'm going to have a death panel. They accuse Obama of having death panels, which is, of course, completely made up. This guy says, yeah, I'm going to have a death panel where we decide whether you get to live or not if there's complications in your pregnancy. Your doctor, I don't give a damn about your doctor. What do I care about the medical field? Doctors, what good are they for, right? No, your doctor doesn't get to decide. You don't get to decide. You think this is a free country? This isn't a free country. I decide. I'm the government. That's what Ben Carson's saying. So don't ever let them tell you that they're against big government. They love big government. They'll get into every part of your life and make you do the things they want you to do. Do I get to be a moral decision maker? No. Do I get to make that decision based on my beliefs, my human reason, or my connection to God in the way that I perceive it? No! Your perception of your beliefs, your faith, your religion, or lack thereof is irrelevant to Ben Carson. He's going to impose his religion on you, and it might cost you your life. Well, that's a sad day for you. But it's not like you weren't warned. He just warned you. He told you, okay? If he's president, you get raped, you're having the rapist kid. You're having it. We're not having a discussion about that. If your life's on the line, I'll discuss it, but probably you'll die in an effort to save the embryo. These are the monsters that are winning on the Republican side.